Okay, we'll see a small example on grid view. Uh, Grid mean, of course, displaying like rows and columns. So typically an images or any view can be repeated. We have already seen a list view which is repeating a view in a vertical direction. In horizontal we already saw a kind of a gallery. Now I want to have a grid view, for example rows and columns put together. We already have a grid layout which can also have particular layouts, or sorry, widgets stacked. That example also we will see maybe as we move on. Those are all pretty simple. This one I wanted to use, I wanted to exercise on grid view which accept the same adapter so far what we have done. Creating an application project. My some name, my grid view. G. Okay, this time everything worked perfect. Let me also verify. I have some images from my computer because the grid way I'm going to display the images in a grid. It works. I'm only going to keep a grid view. The grid layout we will see. I hope when we were working on calculator layout, we use linear layout to achieve that task. The same thing we can also use a grid layout to achieve it, but we will see the example if we get time. This example I'm going to talk on grid view. With I want to move this definitions here itself so that I'll remove the so only one layout I have. We want to give a column width. Each column, what is the size? Say some 40 dip stretch. Give a stretch mode column width. I'll let you know what is that. And ID. Oh, great. It looks like a list view has got populated, but of course it's an indication that it is going to expect adapter. Before, I'll also have a layout created for my image holder, the thing which is going to get repeated inside, I mean for inflating purpose. I prefer image view alone with two. I keep one single image view. You can keep anything, but I prefer to have only images as of now. Content description. Give a fixed width. Only one image, since it's going to be column based, so I'm reducing the size. Maybe one image holder. It's too much, too small. Okay. Much better. Maximum 2 image can be kept. Okay, this is done. I need to have my images. I'll create the same like array of integer. The image I have. I'll just copy whatever I have. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, some 15 images are there, which is good to go for testing. Initialize the grid view as usual. It needs an adapter. Maybe I can use a simple adapter, so which needs a array list of hash map, something like that. Data resource. Okay. key. Images are referenced through an integer in Android. So okay, need to convert it into a array list of hash map, which I have only the array. Hash map is ready. Array list of hash maps, because the simple adapter needs a mapping data type. So data now resource something, we create image holder. From is a string type. The key it is ID of the inflated layout which is going to hold the image. That's what I gave, I remember. Yes. I'll remove it because it's going to be inflated. Be careful to use an image view, because image view won't stretch properly, because image view will maintain as access specifier. So sorry, the particular stretch will be maintained. So let me see. Grid view set adapter. We are done. It is horizontally specified. Let me see. I think the layout width itself I gave a less, I remember. Giving column width. Each column 120 dp. Some image. Number of columns I put auto fit. If a space available, it should fit. Okay. It's also clickable. The space available automatically, the grid also adjusted. I think multiple time I hit. Second. Oh, sorry. So if the space available automatically, I think there is something wrong with my emulator. Shortcuts are always confusing. If space available automatically, the grid will be adjusted and the images would be stretched across the column. So that's why we gave a column stretch. I mean, stretch mode is a column width. So according to it, whatever given space is available will be stretched across. Otherwise, if you have any other images, instead of the image will maintain, if a width and height is given, automatically the size will be adjusted not to be stretched, so that image will maintain the axis specification always. So instead of image view, if you use some other view, you will have a uniform width and height. Instead, this kind of adjustment it won't be there, so you will always have a uniform width and height. Otherwise, this is more than enough. If you notice, so the highlight area, if you look at it, each column has been given uniform space, whereas the image only has put some sort of white space. So again, post an image and give some background black so that the dot won't be highlighted. If you want to give a small spacing, I can give that as well. Horizontal spacing, maybe I can give some 5 dp. Inner has been given because of the background. Horizontal spacing is already there, so the vertical spacing is also being given. Because of the darker background, it doesn't look like it can be clicked. I really don't know how to change. You notice the other one automatically came down. So grid can maintain. See that with the column stretch we have given auto. I mean, according to the width, the horizontal spacing will be adjusted. That's the reason there is a white space. If you have a correct image size, it will automatically fit. Slightly the white space increased. Also increase the size of the image. So now it looks clean. So using the adapter, you can display any widget in grid. So this time we have put images to be displayed in a grid. It could be any view as well. So you know how to use the views, inflate using adapter. You can have your custom adapter attached to it and inflate the view on the top of a grid. Instead of list, right now we have populated them in a grid. It's pretty easy and straightforward. Since I'm using image, since it maintains that the width and height automatically, that's the reason the white black space. That's why to avoid that I gave a background color black. But if you have a fixed size image, or if you have any widgets like a text view or any other custom view, it will evenly occupy the space. You can also give the vertical and horizontal spacing to maintain a kind of looking like a padding between the grids. So let me go back to still I forgot. So it became 2 cross 2 now. Anything I can horizontal. It is exactly at the center. So populating a grid view is pretty simple. You can use any kind of adapter. I use simple adapter. That's the reason I had to use array list or hash map. Otherwise, you can use your custom adapter. You can create accordingly. You can keep any data type. You can inject those images and have your grid populated. So it's pretty simple. Uh, we may have one thing to discuss, grid layout. We will see if we get a time. Grid layout is also a simple kind of a calculator layout. Using grid layout we can attempt it, but we'll see if we get time after web service, because I want to cover more on web service, which is going to be a hot topic hereafter. We'll be doing some sort of complex application based on it. Okay, I'll push the source code to developer portal.